Once upon a time, there was a color of fire and flame, a color of speed and of courage. There was the color red. Today we'll be talking about the top 10 cards you should play during your pre-release for red. Starting off at number 10, a very non-red casting cost card, Sundering Stroke. 6 and a red, sorcery. Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage, divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. If at least 7 red mana was spent to cast this spell, instead, Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage to each of these permanents and or players. Holy crap. Okay, so that 7 red mana, that ain't gonna happen. Unless you're mono red, maybe, but I highly doubt this. 7 mana and sealed is doable. Maybe not so much in red, but I feel like games can go long if you're red-green or something like that, and you can get more mana out. This is just going to be freaking awesome. Just board wipe, just do 7 damage to your opponent, kill them. Like I said, I would only ever play this in sealed because for draft, this is way too slow, and it's very deck dependent. If you're a red deck and you like go up to like a 5-drop and then jump to this at 7, I don't know about that. You got to curve out a little bit, just a little bit into it. So yeah, if you're an aggressive deck, don't run this. But I feel like most sealed decks, you wouldn't mind having this in there. So number 10, Sundering Stroke. All right, here's a little bit more efficient card. Searing Barrage. 4 and a red for an instant. Searing Barrage deals 5 damage to target creature. Has Adamant. If at least 3 or red mana was spent to cast this spell, Searing Barrage deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. All right, so 5 mana to do 5 damage to target creature at instant? Yeah, I'll take that. And the Adamant is very cool, and I think could be a lot easier to do because, you know, it's going to be a later game with 5 mana. You know, 3 just red, deal 3 damage to the controller. That's awesome. But I don't think I'd want too many of these. It isn't like you're jamming as many of these as you can in your deck. I just want 1, maybe 2. But yeah, it doesn't hit players, so that kind of sucks. Not planeswalkers either, just creatures. Still, it's going to kill most things. Coming at number 8, more direct damage. Scorching Dragonfire. 1 in a red for an instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Alright, so at least you can hit planeswalkers with this one. 2 mana to deal 3 damage. Love that. I'll play it anytime. Instant speed, even better. And if it kills the creature, it's exiled in case they had some shenanigans with the graveyard. Be able to, you know, bring it back. See this one? I would jam as many of these as I could into my deck because it's, you know, it's super cheap. Coming at number 7, a card I like a lot, Saqqara the Bold. 3 red for legendary creature, human knight, 3/3. When it or an instant or sorcery spell you control deal damage to a player, exile a top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. And it has tap, Ceres deals 1 damage to any target. All right, so 5 mana for 3/3. That's not that great, but it's a pinger. And it can hit players or creatures or planeswalkers, whatever. I love that. And when it does, guess what? You get to exile top card of your library and play it if you can. And then, of course, you have the instant sorcery thing, so even more gravy right there. Love this card. A little expensive at 5, but who cares? It does so many things. Coming at number 6, Torbran, Thane of Redfell. 1 red for legendary creature, dwarf noble. He's a 2/4. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. That's a great ability. That is awesome. Just dealing an extra 2 to everything, that makes combat so much more complicated. Turns so many of your burn spells like gas, basically. Love this card, but it is very red dependent. Like that 3 red mana, ouch. If you're not a very dedicated red deck, that's going to be like real late in the game, you're gonna be able to do that. And you gotta make sure you have enough red sources of damage. If you're a mainly green deck with just, you know, some red, maybe not run this because maybe you only have like 1 burn spell or a couple of creatures, and that's not gonna, you know, be worth it. So yeah, very deck dependent, but I think if it goes in the red deck, it's just bonkers. Coming at number 5, Robber of the Rich. 1 in a red for a human archer rogue. It's a 2/2. Has reach and haste, and whenever it attacks, if defending player has more cards in hand than you, exile a top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card and spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Holy crap. Okay, so I really like this card, but late game, it's going to be hard to just get more than one activation off. 2 mana for 2/2 with haste. When it attacks, you get to just play their card. Awesome. But say you play this on turn 2, you attack. Unless it's a land, you're not playing that. So you gotta wait till the next turn to attack. And then, maybe you'll get something good. Maybe you'll get something that's just, too much to cast right then. So he has to stay alive just to get those things to go off. So that kind of sucks because he's only a 2/2. Like say you play this on turn 8. What the heck? You're going to attack with this. It's going to die. And then you better be able to cast whatever spell they have on top of their library. So I really like it just for its ability. It seems really fun. But, it gets better with the more rogues you have in your deck. And I'm not quite sure how many of those there are. So, yeah. Number 5, Robber of the Rich. Number 4, more removal, Slaying Fire. 2 in a red for an instant. Slaying Fire deals 3 damage to any target. Adamant, if at least 3 red mana was spent to cast this spell, it deals 4 damage instead. Holy crap. So if you're going all red right there, just triple red, 4 damage. That's awesome. But if you want a little bit more slashable, 3 damage, that works too. Basically just, open fire from the Amonkhet block 1. So yeah, always great, always awesome. It's any target, love that. Number 3, Ember Cleave. 4 red for legendary artifact, equipment, flash. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. When Ember Cleave enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. Equip 3. All right, I love this card. But that 6 mana is expensive. Yes, it gets cheaper, with more attacking creatures you have, but you have to have attacking creatures. And if you do, that's awesome because you flash this in. It's basically a combat trick and it's a really good one. But if you're not attacking with anything, you're paying 6 and then 3 to equip to something else later on. It gets very expensive, but it is an amazing card if you can just get it to go off, or if you can get somebody with something like, say you put this on a 5/5. In the middle of combat. I can just win games outright. I love that. So great high highs, but also the low lows are eh. Coming in at number 2, Opportunistic Dragon. 2 red for 4/3 dragon, has flying, and when it enters the battlefield, choose target human or artifact an opponent controls. For as long as it remains on the battlefield, gain control of that permanent, it loses all abilities, and it can't attack or block. All right, so 4 mana for 4/3 flyer, love that. I play that no matter what. This was almost number 1 if it wasn't for the fact it said target human. It's not any creature, it's only humans, but that's still great. You're just taking their creature, turning it off. They can't do anything about it. Taking their artifact if they have like an equipment or something, or maybe they have one of those legendary ones that's just wrecking you. You take that, get away from them. So it's basically just a way to steal their thing that's messing with you the most, and now you have a 4/3 flyer. That's awesome. I'll take that. Just really wish that was any creature, but I guess maybe just be too good then. And coming in at number 1, Bonecrusher Giant. This is an adventure card. It's 3 in a red for a 4/3 giant, and it has whenever Bonecrusher Giant becomes a target of a spell, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Its adventure is Stomp, 1 in red for an instant. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. All right, so is this a bomb? No. Red didn't really seem to have any bombs, but this is a very efficient creature. This is just really, really good. So you have the Stomp, play that on turn 2, kill their creature, their little tiny thing. Next turn, you play a 4/3 that if they try and get rid of it, they have to take 2 damage. That's just so good. Like, if you can get that turn 2, turn 3 going on, oh man, that hurts a lot. And late game, hey, you know what? You take out something of theirs that's tiny and you get a 4/3, still awesome. Just a really good card, not a bomb. But I would never cut this. I would always first pick it as draft. So yeah, great card. All right, now let's talk about a rare you should definitely not play. Iron Crag Feet. 1 red for sorcery. Add 7 red. You can cast only 1 more spell this turn. What? So you have to have a ton of red already because you have to pay 3 red to do this. And then you get 7 red. So it doesn't help if you're in a dual deck. Because, say you're red-green, maybe you want some green? No, you're only getting red. And you only get to cast 1 more spell, so you have to cast something at 7 mana, so Sundering Stroke? I guess that's the way to get off, but then you need 2 rares? Like, what is this card even doing? It's just, no, don't ever play this. Yeah, you're up 3 mana, but to get the most use out of it, you have to pay something for 7. So, I don't know, do you want to play this to have your 5 drop? No, thank you. Not run a rare just for that. So, yeah, just avoid this at all cost. All right, there we go. Red, sadly, not any big bombs where I'm like, holy crap, that's just going to win me the game when it comes down. But a lot of good removal. Just so much burn in this. Yeah, really looking forward to this. I feel like this might be more of a splashing. It's either going to be like a splashing color or you're just all red. So either way, I'm going to try it out. I love red. It's my favorite color. What can I say? All right, if you want to follow me on Twitter, booster_tutor, and see you next draft. This program brought to you by viewers like you.